everyone! Welcome to join me in learning the tea processing course. Previously, we studied the processing technology of pan-fired green tea. In this lesson, we will take Duyun Maojian, a representative famous tea from Guizhou, China, as an example to understand its processing technology in detail. Duyun Maojian is one of China's top 10 famous teas. It was personally named by Mao Zedong in 1956 and is also known as white Maojian, fine Maojian, fishhook tea, or sparrow tongue tea. It is one of the three major famous teas of Guizhou. Duyun Maojian has tightly curled, slender leaves covered with pekoe. Its color is vibrant green. Its aroma is fresh and high. Its taste is rich and refreshing, and the brewed leaves are tender, evenly green, and bright. Duyun Maojian tea. It's mainly produced in the Mialing mountain area near Duyun, within the Qian'an Baiyi and Miao Autonomous Prefecture of Guizhou Province, including places such as Tuanshan, Huanghe, Shaojiao, Dachao, Yunwu Mountain, Heigao, Shaoshang, and Chenjiapo. The tea growing areas are located at an altitude of over 1,000 meters, with lush forests, misty clouds, mild climate, and abundant rainfall. The average annual temperature is 15.5 degrees Celsius, with an effective accumulated temperature of 4,915 degrees Celsius. Summers are not extremely hot, and winters are not severely cold. The relative humidity is 79%, and the microclimate environment is excellent, allowing tea buds to remain tender for an extended period. Historically, Duyun Maojian tea has been characterized by 3 greens revealing 3 yellows, meaning the dry tea exhibits a yellow hue amidst green, the liquor displays a yellow tint within green, and the brewed leaves show a yellow cast against green. Duyun Maojian tea is divided into 4 grades: premium, special grade, first grade, and second grade. Different grades of tea have varying requirements for fresh tea leaves. The picking time for Duyun Maojian tea is before Qingming Festival. For special grade, 1 bud and 1 leaf just unfolding are required. For first grade, 1 bud and 1 leaf half unfolded. And for second grade, 1 bud and 1 leaf fully unfolded. Now that we understand the basics, Duyun Maojian tea, let's focus on its processing technology. The processing of Duyun Maojian tea can be divided into steps such as spreading fresh leaves, enzyme inactivation, rolling, twisting, and pekoe formation, and roasting. The processing methods include both manual and mechanical processing. Let's learn about manual processing. The manual frying of Duyun Maojian tea relies entirely on a pair of skilled hands, and the frying process in the pan must be completed in one go. First, spreading fresh leaves. After picking, the buds and leaves are screened to remove unsuitable fish leaves, single leaves, and impurities. They are then placed in a cool, ventilated, and clean indoor area for 2 to 3 hours, with a spreading thickness of 3 to 5 centimeters. The optimal spreading degree is achieved when the moisture content of the buds and leaves is about 70%. The color of the fresh leaves changes from vibrant green to dark green. The surface luster mostly disappears. The grassy smell reduces, and a floral and fruity fragrance emerges. The leaves become relatively soft. Second, enzyme inabnation. Manual enzyme inabnation for Duyun Maojian tea is carried out in a flat pan at a temperature of 170 to 190 degrees Celsius, with 400 to 500 grams of leaves added. The enzyme inactivation process lasts 3 to 5 minutes. The technique involves first covering the leaves, then tossing them, with more tossing and less covering, combining both actions. The leaves should be lifted cleanly, tossed high, and dispersed evenly. The requirements for the enzyme inactivated leaves are a dark green color without shine, no raw or scorched leaves, no burnt edges, no red leaves or stems, and no dead green leaves. The leaves should have a fresh or cooked fragrance, with no grassy, stuffy, or smoky odors. The leaves should be soft, with tender stems that are not easily broken. When squeezed, they should form a clump and feel slightly sticky. The weight loss rate of the fresh leaves should be 30% to 40%. Third, rolling. When the pan temperature drops to 80 to 100 degrees Celsius, rolling is performed in the pan. Using one or both hands, hold the leaves and roll them along the pan wall, maintaining the same direction without reversing. Apply even pressure, light and heavy, while dispersing moisture during rolling. Roll until the leaves form tight strips and reach 60% dryness, with a moisture content of 40% to 45%. The rolling process lasts about 20 minutes. The rolled leaves should be tightly curled, not flat or loose, intact, with no yellowing, a fresh and clean aroma, and no stuffy odor. Fourth, twisting and picot formation. When the temperature drops to 60 to 80 degrees Celsius, this step is performed in the pan. Hold the tea leaves with both hands and twist them in the same direction to form clumps. Place each clump against the pan wall before starting the next one. After twisting, immediately disperse the clumps, then rolled again. Repeat the process multiple times. The clumps should become smaller, the pan temperature should decrease, and the technique should transition from heavy to light. Continue until the picots are fully revealed, which generally takes about 20 minutes. When the leaves have become tightly wound, slender, and uniformly curled, with prominent picot, a vibrant color, minimal breakage, intact picot, and a distinctly hard, brittle, and prickly feel, they are ready to enter the final drying stage. Finally, roasting. In manual processing, roasting is done in the pan, at a temperature of 70 to 80 degrees Celsius. Spread the leaves evenly and use gentle tossing techniques. The moisture content after roasting should be below 6%, indicated by the tea leaves easily crumbling into powder when squeezed. The entire drying process should not exceed 5 minutes. This concludes the processing steps and technology of Duyun Maojian tea. That's all for our introduction to green tea. Goodbye, everyone!